Well, how excellent this day is, all the children of TV Agro, children from 0 to 80 and 100 years old, welcome. In the animal world, my name is Tigger, and, what's your name? My name is Firalize. Hey, we are very happy, because here at TV Agro, they allow us to give advice to all the children at school, high school, preschool, primary school, those at the university and all the daddies who have pets. What are you going to talk about today? Well, I am very happy because I have a guest and his name is Fernando Pena. He is a writer and the nice thing is that he is going to give us advice regarding our pets. How cute, hey, I think it's very cool. Hey, are you wise at home or not? Yes, I am sensible, because today they are going to talk about cats and cats have some secrets. Oh yes, it's true I keep many secrets. Meow, meow. But let Fernando come and explain it to us. Fernando. Hello friends of TV Agro, this is an excellent time in which we can chat, we can see each other, have a coffee and listen to the video. Suddenly you are in Central America, South America or North America, wherever you are, in Spain, in Europe, anywhere in the world, I want to tell you that you count on us, not only to listen to advice, but to send you a big hug, here from Colombia. My name is Fernando Pena, as Tigger said. I am a writer, I direct and coordinate a veterinary clinic called Mateos. In 2013, I wrote a book, it's called A Manual to Get to Know Your Pet. Here we talk about advice for your dog. But we are in the dark about the subject of a book for cats. For cat lovers, we also have options, where we can also talk about practical advice, which includes all the advice that we offer here on our Agro TV channel. We are going to talk about something very interesting and about the 5 secrets of cats. We are going to talk about the first piece of advice, and that is that before talking about those tips, I want to know who has cats. Raise your hand, who, okay, you have a cat. Suddenly it is a cat of some particular breed, suddenly a Persian, Angora. Suddenly you have a puppy as they say in Europe, a poodle, or a common European, which is like the one we call the Criolito here, and there is some kittens that suddenly have that affection that are at home that are already part of the family. Cats are intriguing, cats are mysterious and have many secrets within which. If you begin to read the story in Egypt, they had cats and they had them like those sphinxes, like those statues, they saw them as protectors and I named the cats Mew and it means sight. For them, for the people in Egypt, the cat was a protection and anyone who had the audacity to kill a cat was also sentenced to death. So, at that time, in that story, one realizes that they were the sight and that not only they said that they had magical powers, and in themselves they really are more than all the characteristics that God has endowed all these little animals and that they accompany today. Nowadays, it is important that we see in history, for example, when there was a war between the Egyptians and the Greeks knew that they were lovers of cats. When they went out to war, they went out with cats, so they, well, refrained the Egyptians from shooting arrows or from being more careful, were not to kill the little animals. In this story, one realizes that they not only suddenly have these qualities, all these capacities, they, for example, absorb electromagnetic energy. Sometimes one sees that the kitten gets on top of a car, and many times it is not only to warm up, but to absorb electromagnetic energy. They absorb that energy, when you caress them they begin to purr. It is also something therapeutic to have a cat. Because when you have a cat and you caress the cat and it starts to use itself, it starts to purr. It's a little motor that they have when they're calm, and that's when you lower your blood pressure, lower your stress levels. Having a cat is also therapeutic. I have a friend who was at a super stressed job. She lived alone, because her children are already grown up. They went to Europe to study, and she stayed here with a commercial job. A little stressful. She called me. Fernando told me what I do. I went to the doctor and he recommended that I have a pet. I told her the best company you can have right now is a cat. Because a cat. I explained to her more or less the therapeutic issue with the little animals. We got a kitten for adoption and she put Frida. And that kitten changed her life. Imagine that already under her pressure levels. She is better. She has gone to the doctor and she arrives at her house, interacts with her kitten, caresses her, even talks to her. Here we are going to see some tips and secrets that I am going to give you, which can not only improve your health, but also have a calmer life. The good thing is, the first is, how fast does your cat run? Many times cats. One realizes that cats have a very special body. Let's say, their skin, the pads, is a spectacular design. And it's as if when they run like a cheetah, yes. They reach a normal speed of 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, yes. I don't know if you play sports. Do you play sports? Do not go to take your cat out, because cats are not like dogs that go next to you and run after you. Suddenly the cat says go and look what it does. What is the idea? That you have a company in the house and you realize some aspects and secrets of your cat. First is the speed of the cat. Did you know that the speed of your cat is between 40 and 50 kilometers per hour? I advise you to have a cat, but keep it at home because it is very territorial, etc. What's going on? When you move house, there is a move. You have to start bringing the same smell from the previous house, because if you arrive at any moment, and you do not suddenly adapt or socialize your pet to the new home, it can escape, looking for the home where it was. That is, your previous home. Yes, it is important that you take that into account because where you escape you already know how far a cat runs. In dangerous situations, they can reach speeds of 60, 70 kilometers per hour, for a few seconds. They can reach that speed. So the cat is for you to have at home. Many times, there are owners who open their windows to the cats, and here at the clinic I get many emergencies. Here the professionals, the doctors who work here with me, who are super cool, they attend to them, and many times they bring kittens, in the event that the cat gets a third, fourth floor, fifth floor fell. Once a kitten arrived that fell a fifth floor. They checked it and all that. The only thing it had as well as a condition was that it had broken 2 teeth. One notices their body. The skin is very strong. It is that. Is where the saying the 7 lives of the cat comes from. Oh, this man has more lives than a cat. One realizes that these sayings come from, because the cat is very strong, very flexible. The second secret of our friend the cat is that from the same litter they can have different parents. Like that I do not understand. Imagine litters of cats, where suddenly a white or black kitten appears, another only white, another suddenly more furry, suddenly with an Angora cross. Many times in a litter, it can be said that in litters the parents can be different. Why? Because, at the time of ovulation, the kitten can be fertilized by several kittens. For example, let's talk about the subject of sterilization, the subject of castration, etc. Why is it important that my kitten is spayed or neutered? There are families, according to that, it is a family decision, but in general, I recommend that he be sterilized, neutered. Why? Because when it is a male, they begin to look for the female, begin to mark territory everywhere. On the furniture, they get desperate. For example, the female goes into heat in the presence of a male. So if you have a female in the home and you're sleeping peacefully, from one moment to the next she starts meowing, meowing and meowing, as if they were crying. Like, oh, let me out, they're waiting for me outside. It's something that suddenly is going to make you uncomfortable. It won't let you sleep, because it will already be waiting for a kitten that is hanging around, etc. In general, that is why I recommend sterilization, also for health, so that in the future they do not suddenly generate a problem of some fibroid or mastitis in the breasts of kittens. Sometimes, for example, kittens have psychological pregnancies, milk comes out and one says, but like that, yes, if she hasn't been with kittens. Then for health reasons I recommend sterilization or neutering, to also avoid many times suddenly or say, oh no, the kitten is pregnant, now what do I do with the kittens? If that happens, it is important that the food is good. To change the diet of the kitten if she is pregnant. For a concentrate or for a food feeder that is also rich in milk, so that the kittens develop well, and, when the kittens are born, leave them in good homes, so that you can give them up for adoption. If it is important, imagine a kitten can have children from different parents or kittens from different males. The third secret is that they do agree with what we are talking about regarding the part, let's say, of marking territory and all that. Cats have olfactory glands. And since they don't know where they are, they have the olfactory glands on their cheeks, which is why they rub often with the sofa, with objects, in the house and all that. Because for a cat all the objects in your house belong to its territory. They are part of their territory. If it is important that you take these tips into account, that above all they mark territory where they usually have their routine, in strategic places, where they travel daily. They mark territory, then those olfactory glands they have in the little cheeks. Food is important and meat. The key for a cat is meat. There is a person who is a vegetarian, don't do it because the cat needs meat, it needs protein, all the vitamins it has meat, and above all, they do not produce a digestive enzyme that is only found in meat. It is important that your kitten eat well. Ask your veterinarian friend for advice, or a professional to help you with the matter. And the fifth and last is that the meow is for you. For whom? For you, then the meow. An adult cat in the wild, it is very rare for them to meow. They only meow when they are, say, in heat, they are looking for their partner or in the face of a fight, but they develop the meow in the presence of the human being. Because they listen to your conversations, when you speak with your dad, your mom by phone, and they develop that communication. Friends, we are here at TV Agro. I hope these tips have been very useful to you, and well, if you want, write us here on our YouTube, so that if you have any questions, as Henry Ford says, I don't know everything, but I know who knows. Even a next time, God bless you.